Technology, my friends. Well, I think Captain, I've gone all piratey there. It's been a long morning. As you might have seen if you follow me on Facebook, I was up before the dawn was up. The sun was rising in the east and Venus was shining brightly there too. It looked really nice. I took a photo on my phone. Venus is far away. It's a bit blurry, but that's okay. Let's get back to it. I think I know what the problem is. Cubase is very diligent in checking licenses of all your instruments to make sure everything is tickety-boo, which is wonderful, except for the fact that, well, it gets stuck if there's a plugin that you haven't got a license for and it can't resolve it and it goes, I'm just going to stop. And then it crashes and it won't work. So I'll have to relook at that because I do have the licenses for those particular instruments and it's not working. Although in saying that, it might be a VST2 and Steinberg are the ones that came up with the whole VST thing. Tickety-boo. I'm glad you're back, Ashley. You found me again. Thank you and welcome. Yes, tickety-boo. They like everything to be tickety-boo, and Steinberg came up with the whole VST thing. It's their thing. And yes, Cubase is only running VST 3s now. So if you have anything with VST 2, it won't work. It just says no. Computer says no. And that might be the case for this one. So what I did is I just tested it before I started streaming again, and I was looking for some taiko drums. And so I found I do have taiko ensemble with 8 DIOs, and probably why I got this one after I got the other ones is because this one's better. It's really cool. So, you can certainly come up with some really cool, really cool beats and stuff in there. So it's really good. What's this one? Yes, that's right. So they've got some beats there for different BPMs. What's 140? Woohoo, how cool. So that's very cool. So all right, so we've got some taiko drums. Okay, I think I'd like to use whatever. Okay, maybe if I do an ambient piece of music, I don't think taikos might be appropriate. Although some of the taikos, like, yes, taiko drums. We're back to taikos again, aren't we? Yes, we had that in another piece of music I did in another live stream. What was that for? I think that was for the trailer music or something I did. Speaking of trailer music, effects. Okay, let's try and add another one. That's not what I wanted. Oh yeah, contact 7. Yeah, that is what I want. Haha. Okay, so what I do want is effects. I think it'll be. Now you are going to see my filing system. It's horrible. 8 DIOs. I've had to put some on my D drive and some are on my portable drive. And I've got to find Keep Forest. Keep Forest were having a sale recently. And someone did say Viking metalcore. So Vikings cinematic hybrid punk folk. No idea. But short punch hits. Sounds kind of cool. Let's see what joy this brings us. New instrument, hey? I like Keep Forest stuff. For starters, their plugins look cool. I mean, they put a lot of time into the artwork of these things. Never tried it, heard a bit of it. Let's have a play. Okay. There's lots of different hits. So it's like a sampler player by the looks of it. Ooh. Lots of punches and real big hits. Well, that could be useful for all sorts of music. Now we've got key switches down here. Do they? Okay, so that changes the pitch. Okay. All right. Yes, my friends, this is all new to me. What's up here? Oh, that's a key switch up there. Not quite sure how to use this per se, but there's a lot of settings here and this could be kind of cool. So it looks as though you could have all sorts of that could be cool for a lot of metal tracks too. So that's really cool. So that's the Viking, Keep Forest Vikings hits. Vikings hits. That's kind of cool. What did I put down here? I can't remember what I put down there. Oh, nothing yet. Haha, that's why. There was something else that I got that I think, yes, UJam's drums. Well done. Yes, thank you for that. They were the other drums. Let's get rid of, it's on my DJ. EST 8 DIO. No, UJam. UJam is, see, this is when I started running out of room after I'd already put UJam on this drive, and this is why it's important to work out where, oh, no, I know. UJam is a separate instrument. They've got their own little things. So drums, there we go. And this is why I like templates, because it takes me forever to find things. I should get organised, shouldn't I? I should do it properly. I love that. That's kind of cool. The instant drums. It's just so cool. there's some really cool sounds. And again, like a lot of Arturia stuff, we haven't even gotten into synths yet. We might do that soon too. There's just, brutal. 11-inch nails. What does that sound like? Yeah, it's just so much fun. It's so cool. It's very, very cool. Keep your eye out for sales for that stuff, because I've used all drums in a lot of my tracks. So, yeah, James drums. Okay, definitely good call. So we've got some Viking hits, we've got some Tychos, we've got nothing. What I might put here, I might go for percussion. Is this contact 7? Yeah. So what I do have is cine percussion. Now I'll only put yeah, they're good, but they're expensive. The Native Instruments one that's available at the moment is brilliant. It's 80% off, I think. But it all costs money. It's one of those things. There's a lot of different drums in this one. There's a lot of different ones, but here, how about we do this and put in a percussion ensemble, which is a bit of everything. And that way, if we feel like we want to include it, then it'll sort of remind us that, hey, we've got this option. And I think for me, in setting up a template or something like that, it just reminds me of, oh, I've got this, I've got that, So Cine Samples percussion have got the orchestral percussion, melodic, woods, metals, ethnic, big percussion, toys and more, the whole range of fun stuff. And, nothing like a good anvil, hitting an anvil. Got to hit that anvil. So this should be a bit of everything. If I click on the right one, because I'm on Jan's drums. So let's click on that one. I do that a lot, don't I? Ooh, or a reverse cymbal, are always good. But yes, reverse cymbals. So you put the MIDI in for the cymbal, bounce it out to audio, and then you reverse it, and that's really, really cool. So very useful in trance music, which I found. Recently. So Cine Perk, let's leave that in there. We'll do all percussion and stuff. One that I want to put in there, which is really cool and is a free instrument. What did I use it on? The song that Lorraine from the Produce Isle and I are doing, our collaborative project, which is, again, it's in Contact 7. It's a contact instrument. Does it work? Question, do these instruments work? Some of these instruments work without contact. Yes, as you saw the James one. And Addictive Drums. Do the contact instruments work with the free contact? That I am unsure of. You will have to check that out if you are interested in getting any of these. No, this is not what I want. Let's put this down here because I want, it's actually, there we go. It's a UJAM instrument and it's a free one. And this is a cool little shaker, Groovemate. So I'm just going to put shaker here because it is pretty cool. Let's put it in the folder. There we go. So this shaker is really cool and it's good for if you just want, I don't know if you can hear that. It's a bit quiet, but it's just a shaker. It's really cool. But it's got claps and tambourines. And again, similarly with all of UJAM's products, if you go to where the little dots are, you can drag and drop the MIDI, which is kind of cool. And you've got an instant thing there. You've got shaker standard, you've got the instruments, and then you've got phrases. So you've got 30 different presets here, which is really cool. And it's a free instrument. So check that one out from UJAM. I've used this one in a lot of tracks because it actually does connect to your DAW's timing. So if I change this from 120 BPM, beats per minute, then it will change accordingly, and it keeps the rhythm, and it's great. And you can do the whole, if you wanted that one there, you can just, change the MIDI, drag and drop. And you've got so many more. And you can have a look at all the names here. So Build and Rise, It's just really cool. Or you can just have the one shots for them. So check that one out. I've used that in a lot of tracks. It's, again, some of these plugins cost a little bit of money. Some cost a fair amount. Some cost a lot. Cine Samples cost a lot. Black Friday's coming up in a month or so. That's the time to save your pennies for the big sale for the year. But yeah, free things like that, you can make a lot of wonderful, wonderful music because it's your creativity that makes the music, not necessarily the instruments. So yeah, check out that Groove Master shaker. No, I want to get rid of that. All right, now, what was the other thing I was going to have a look at? Something I haven't tried, and I'm going to use it this time round, is this. I got this a while back thinking when there were other YouTube creators that were using it, I thought, this is a great idea. I want that. I'll use that all the time. Guess what? This will be the first time I've actually used it. Yes, I'm hanging my head in shame. Okay, so this is Native Instruments Playbox, which I'll go back here, put it back on. There we go. If I did, at the time when it came out, I did watch a lot of videos on how to use it, but the thing that is probably the best is you can set the key, and one of my favourites, if we're going happy tune, and I know some people say, oh, it's generalising, but yes, major keys happy, minor keys sad, for the most part, not all, but for the most part. So let's go C major, it's all the white keys, it's a good place to start. I can always transpose if I need. Cubase is very, very clever in transposing. So are many DAWs. Technology is wonderful. But what you can do is you can just roll the dice and it comes up with different things. And I'm not quite sure what the things are. But it comes up with different sounds and different chord progressions. So you can just randomly, find something. It'll pick its own key, but you can lock that in if you wanted to. So it's chosen B flat minor. Weird sounds. So it's it's okay. There's presets. So that's pretty good. Don't mind that one. It's got chord progressions in there, and if you don't like a certain part of it, you can change it around, but it might just give you some inspiration. And you can have a look on here at the chords, and you can change chords around and do all these wonderful things, drag and drop onto MIDI tracks. That's right. So I knew there was another reason why I got this. Was because you can actually drag and drop the chords. So I'm pretty sure drag and drop onto a MIDI track to export. So I think you've got to have a MIDI track. Let's have a look. Add a MIDI track. I will just call it Playbox. Add a track. And let's see if that will work. I'm not sure. I haven't done this before. Will it work? It won't work. It says drag and drop. Why is that not working? See, I'm not sure. I'd have to find out how to use this properly, but I think this would be a good place to start for maybe the start of Songtember, just to get some inspiration, just to get, some ideas, some different sounds. It's all a bit, this should be fairly simple, but sometimes simple things can be complex too. So I think that's why I haven't really used it too much, because it was a case of, yeah, that looks great. And then it's like, oh, how do I use that again? So, but, getting some ideas might be handy. I'm on the wrong track. Ooh, fluffy stuff. What does that sound like? Yeah, some of the sounds are very dark and very weird. So, is it worth it? I don't know. I'll put Playbox there and see what happens. I'll remove that one for now, and I'll find out how the MIDI works to drag and drop. But that's just, it's a suggestion to start something different. I'm going to put that in that sort of yellow colour. It's a bit brown, bit off, not sure. But what I will look at is Massive X. Let's get on to synths, because Massive X is, as the name says, massive. And one of the first instruments I really used when I started production a year ago, I actually created a couple of cool tracks. And if you go to my bottom of my YouTube page, you'll see a link there to my music on YouTube, but also All Reeve's music on YouTube. And All Reeve is a Twitch streamer, and he asked me to collaborate with him to create some cool music for the start and end of his Twitch streams. And so I created those tracks for him, and they are very cool. And a lot of it came from Massive X. So there's some incredible sounds of which I can't. Oh, there we go. Lots and lots and lots. And lots of sound banks and lots of sounds. It's pages and pages and pages and pages of sounds. So as you can see, I have favorited a lot of these as I've gone through, mainly because there are just too many. So, you know, if you get Massive or Massive X, again, they're on sale a lot of the times. If you're into electronic music and that sort of thing, highly recommend it, especially for things like this. That can be, talk about reverb, that can be a really cool effect on a track, and that is actually the start of one of All Reeve's tracks. So, isn't that nice? There's a lot. I'll only just play a couple. Where is it? There's Cosmic or Candy, something that starts with C. As you can see, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a creepy harp. Interesting. Yes, that is a creepy harp. It says exactly what it's on the tin. There's so many presets. It is almost insane. And so if you are ever getting into these sorts of things, it is worth, you know, grabbing a cuppa and sitting down for a couple of hours and favoriting some stuff and making note of, oh, that would work in an EDM track, or that will work in a rock track, or that will work in a whatever track. So, you know, there's just too many. So Massive X is definitely one that I would add in there, but they've also got a really good way of searching as well. So if you want a synth lead or sound effects, you know, you can drill down and find certain ones, or once you favourite, then you can actually just find your favourites there. So that's another one, Bubble Fall, I think that's that one. Which, again, was perfect for the music I was doing for a Twitch streamer who is actually a robot. So Massive X is certainly something that is really good for effects. So let's add a folder for FX. Not necessarily synths, but just I think Massive X is really cool for effects. I think Massive X is Native Instruments. I think that's a Native Instruments instrument, I believe. Does it say on there? It's not part of Contact though. I'm pretty sure it's going to open up in a website. Yes, Native Instruments. There we go. So that's not what I want. Go back. There we go. So, yes, Native Instruments is Massive and Massive X. I think they had a sale on Massive very recently. Massive X is a step up from that and has, I think, more presets, I believe. I could be wrong. I'm not that au fait with it all. But there it is. Wherever it is, there you are. Well, not really, but that's okay. Let's make that yellow. Okay, so we've got some drums, percussion, we've got effects. There's lots of other effects. Time is ticking. I'm sorry we had to have the break in the middle of all of that above, but anyway. Yeah, check out their website to see if it does work. Does work with the free player. Oh, that's good. There you go. But you don't need it. As you saw, it's not in the contact player. So it's its own thing, self-contained thingy. You can tell I know all the technical terms, hey. So effects, but also there is a good one that I would like to get, and I don't know whether Keep Forest is, yeah, I think I need to get contact again and get a file. So it's something that I really like, and I'm going to see if I can, that's not the one I want. No. No, not Albion one. Well, that's good for orchestral. Oh, damage. Damage 2. Yes. So, any day now. Oh, really? Oh, there we go. Damage 2. That is good for drums too. I don't want ensemble designer though. What's the other one? And that's going to stop on me again, isn't it? I'm not having the best of luck today. I'm really not. It's not happening. Wow. It's just really not working that well today. And I'd like to know why. I think I've overworked my computer and Cubase the last few days, working 12-hour days on songs. Oh, there we go. It's caught up. Yay. It's just been a bit slow. So damage 2. I forgot all about damage 2. Now I can't remember what, is it Kit Designer or Loop Designer? I think it's Loop Designer is what I usually use. Again, the big files, sample sizes of nearly 5 gigs. This is what I use, Loop Designer. This is cool. So this is, for me, this is really the easiest way. And I've used a lot of these. Yeah, I think it's because it's Friday. Yeah, I'm slow on a Friday too. It's the end of the week. This is really good for a lot of cinematic stuff, but I've used damage 2 in a lot of other things, so definitely this needs to be in the drum section. I completely... See, it's good to go through your instruments. I completely forgot about damage 2. How could I forget damage 2? It's awesome. So let's chuck that in with the... I've got a lot of drums. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So damage 2 is up there. Effects. Let's get on to some synths. Let's get some pigments. Pigments, definitely want pigments there. That's Arturia's synthesizer. Pigments is awesome, especially if you have lots and lots of packs like I do. too many. Look at this list. All the presets. Can you see how many presets there are? Too many. Too many. But there's also a way of looking at them too, and you can favorite them, but you can also look for certain styles, and you can say, okay, well, I want something with maybe 80s, and that will give me something 80s big chords. Emotional clarity. Dirty slap. Running from the 80s. That's nice, actually. I don't mind that. Let's leave that in there and we'll put pigments. Now, I'm just picking random stuff because it's just there to remind me, oh, yeah, I can use pigments if I want to. Let's pick another colour because we should be moving into the green side of things by now. And another folder track. This is synths. Now, if I was going to go for another trance track, I would definitely have to not go past this one. It is an awesome synthesizer, and this one is free. I do have a free different skin on this, so the initial one you download, if you just Google Vital Synthesizer, it's a free synthesizer. You can pay for it when it comes with other presets, but there's no point. If you just want free, you can get the free player. Born to Produce actually have a whole series of tutorials, so they teach you how to create different sounds, so you don't even have to download presets if you don't want to. You can learn how to use it all. Or if you're, I was going to say lazy, but okay, well, I am lazy, but I'm efficient in my use of valuable time, shall we say, and download presets. So I do have a lot of presets. Some are free, some I have paid for. If I've paid for them, mostly on sale. So you can browse the presets, and I do have a lot. And again, these are by the artist or the group of where they came from. So I do have a lot. Some are free, some are paid for, I got most of these cheaply. But you can also search for them, whether you want lead, pad, percussion, sequence ones, and you'll see that I've got a lot that I've been through. These are BTP ones I've got through Born to Produce. Demis Helen has actually released another pack on his personal website. I'll keep an eye out for maybe when it's on sale, but when artists do their own, usually they don't have a sale. Sometimes they do. Black Lotus is another one that has some really cool... where's the Black Lotus one? Vital Chance? I can't remember now. Yeah, BLA. So Black Lotus Audio has got some really cool ones as well. So there's lots and lots of different presets. Let's have a listen to this one. And they're really, really cheap as well. There's just so many. There's a lot of several websites like Black Lotus Audio has a lot of free packs, free samples. I think Born to Produce actually have some free samples as well. And thank you, Ashley. I just saw your note there about saving my work. Thank you. I will do that. I'll do that. Vital Trance, one of my favourites. Oh, that's a bit loud. Let's see if he's got any sequences. No. Let's see. Let's go back to all and let's get a cool sequence. That's nice. And I'm just holding down one key for that. So that's inspirational right there. So Vital is one of my all-time favourites synthesizers. And I actually found out how to get onto that initially from Lorraine from the Produce-Isle, because she's great if you want to learn more about what you can do for virtually no money. She uses a lot of free plugins and really scours them down and finds them and searches for them and uses them really, really well. So check out her videos as well. And I will save this. Thank you, Ashley. I do forget to do that. So yeah, Vital's really cool. Pigments is very cool. I've got the Baby Audio synth. I haven't got a lot of presets for that and I haven't played with it so much. It's a pretty good, maybe I haven't given it enough time to play with it, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Guitars. We haven't got guitars. So we've got synthesizers, we've got drums, we've got an effects, but at least we've got a folder there to remind us about effects. Let's put Playbox at the top. That's to inspire us. We've got plenty of drums. So I think, our percussion side of things is pretty much covered. And don't worry if you're playing at home, there's a cowbell in there somewhere. So that's all good. We have cowbell. It's what's important. The next thing, some guitars. Now, when I was doing the track for the community album, I had been working a lot in the studio. So I have always gone to Native Instruments and their guitars there, but I want to try, because I haven't used them before, because they're only a new addition to my collection, is Carbon is one. So how are you going with Carbon, Ashley? Because you've used a bit of this, haven't you? Oh, hello. Nice. Okay. Oh, and that's okay. I think I'll be using this. And then there's chords. That's cool. And you can drag and drop MIDI. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. And of course, there's lots of different presets. Wow. So, Gory Grasshopper. I'm intrigued. That's some cool stuff. Okay. So I'd have to I'd have to work out how to play that, but that's definitely cool. Okay, so we've got Carbon. Now, Carbon is great if we're going to I've got to delve into it more. Definitely got to delve into it more. Let's make that a pretty light blue. And let's add a folder. And we're going to put this into guitars. And we're going to put bass guitar in that group as well. Why not? have it all together, have it pretty colours so it's nice and organised. And so that when we start for Songtember, we just open this up and I can I can save it as a project, I can save it as a template too. Just be mindful if you've got a computer that's filling up fast with stuff and you haven't done a bit of a spring clean, even though it might not be spring in your part of the world or at any time that you're watching this video because it's a timey-wimey thing, then just be mindful when you load this up, it's going to load all the instruments. So you want to, and that's why I'm just picking a few just to remind me of what instruments to load up, what instruments to look for, what are my possibilities, and what else might I have to sort of encourage me and inspire me to look for other things. So that's definitely one sort of guitar. UJam have I didn't even put UJam's. Oh, yeah, I've got their other drums too, like Cozy, and I've got Dope and Glory and Idol. Yes, that I did go shopping the other day at the new Natives UJam sale. There's Iron Silk Sparkle as well. So what's Sparkle like? Again, I haven't looked at these, but I thought I better. So it's similar to Carbon. It's a bit different. It's got your different amps there. It's got your drive. Again, it's got different styles. There we go. So you've got all your different styles there. And then you can pick your key and open chords. And you can pick a note. So that's really cool. So yeah, a different sort of guitar there. And I think the other ones by UJam are something similar. I don't know why that happened. Let's try again. Add instrument track. That's the step that I'm at. See, Pepcac. There's Silk, there's Amber too. One of them is an acoustic one. I can't remember which one it is, whether it's Amber or whether it's Silk. Amber. There we go. This sounds nice. And there's a lot of different ones there as well. So that sounds really good. So Amber is really nice. And the other one that I do like as well, if you're going more acoustic guitar or classical guitar, I mean, we haven't even touched on everything you can get in the free stuff from Spitfire Audio, the lab stuff. You can get every instrument with that. But I did get Spitfire Audio. There we go. So I got Fink Signatures instrument, which is lovely, which is the classical sort of guitar. there's a few different presets on here. You can play multiple notes, pulled chords. If you want that real intimate sort of sound and you don't play guitar. And I think each range of keys is major. So the green ones are major, the blue ones are minor, and the yellow will fit into anything, I think. That's how it works. So yeah, Fink is really cool guitar. And of course I'll add in one more, which is a really cool bass that I do like. And that's that is one of the ones that's included in Complete. I do like the bass guitars. They sound really realistic, because not realistic as in how I play bass guitar, because I don't really, so it sounds really bad when I play bass. But Scarby J bass, Scarby Prime bass. I can't remember which one's the latest one. I think it's Session bass. Or is it? I can't remember. I think it's that one. I think it's Prime bass. I think. And of course there's a lot of different presets as well. And you can choose your when it loads up. There we go. And you can choose your amps and that sort of thing. So you can choose a rock amp, or you can have no amp and you can use something like Guitar Rig 6, or if you've got other amp sims or amp plugins, you can use those. But there's the Rickenbacker bass, Scarby pre-bass amped. So yeah, I do like the bass guitars, Scarby J bass. I think I've used the Scarby J bass probably the most, maybe. Let's see what they've got. No, it's not that one. I think it is just the bass there, perhaps. Or maybe it's I don't know. Might be the Rickenbacker bass, actually. Let's see what that one's like. No, I think it's the Prime bass that I've used predominantly. One of my favourites. It has got a more natural sound. So there you go. I'm going to leave that one in there. So we've got bass. I'll just call this one bass guitar. So we've got that. Okay, so we have in our little template sort of thing, we've got drums, a selection there, and there are more. Again, I haven't included the free ones, Spitfire Audio, Labs and all that sort of thing. Got one sort of thing for effects, got Massive X, got some synths, we've got Pigments, we've got Vital. I do use others and I can't think of them right now. What are the other ones? No, I can't think of it right now. And again, that's why I like to make templates and that sort of thing, so I'm a bit prepared. Guitars, yep, that's good. What about strings and that sort of thing if I wanted to go a bit more symphonic and woodwinds and that sort of thing? Well, my go-to is actually cine samples, strings, but I think for this Albion one, piano. I haven't even got a piano yet. Hang on, we've got to do piano. Albion one orchestra. They've got strings and all that sort of thing. So I'll just put strings patch in here. And that will remind us to think about other orchestral sounds. The other ones I haven't got for the synths are because Albion one's pretty good. It's a good. And you've got all the articulations here as well, which you can use on key switches. It's a bit quiet. There we go. And with this, it's really handy, especially if you're just coming up with something you think, oh, I wouldn't mind some strings, just a chord here or there. It's really good for that because you've just got it's polyphonic, so you can play all the keys and you've got all the string sections there. It's really, really nice. So you've also got brass and the woodwinds, high and low, as a group sections of the orchestra. So if you're actually doing composing, you'd probably want something like cine samples or other libraries that will give you violin 1, violin 2, viola, cello, all that sort of thing. So you've got more control over it and you can EQ it better, you can time the samples a little bit better and get more articulate with those sorts of things. But if you're doing a rock track or something and you think, oh, some strings in the background would be really cool, the other one you can also use, which is really nice, is the BBC's Free Orchestra by Spitfire Audio. And perhaps, maybe one of my sessions for Songtember, I might actually run through what you can do for free. Maybe we'll do that for Sunday night's stream. Yeah, we'll do that. So my next stream will be more getting ready for Songtember, and I'll look at just free stuff. Let's just do that. Because this so far has pretty much been mostly paid stuff. Which is okay if you can afford it, but some of us can't, and I get that. So this is Albion 1, which again is really nice, but you don't get the ability to, put in the separate instruments, which you might choose to do. Let's do a dark blue, shall we? Let's do dark blue there. We're almost purple, so we can go purple next. So while we've got a few minutes, didn't even think about a piano. Now there is one that is a paid piano, which is like, there's a couple of pianos that I've got that are really nice. If you've got complete, Alicia's keys is lovely. A really nice piano. The one from Sound Iron is really nice, which is emotional piano. That's one of my favourites. I think there's a cinematic piano from Spitfire Audio, which is fairly cheap, a cheaper one. I'll have to find out if I've got a free one, but I've also got emotional piano is really nice, but another piano I've got on here is, I've got Piano Colours, which is new. I actually haven't used that. But there's another piano on here, and I can't remember what it's called. Where's my other piano gone? There's another piano on here. That's really sad. I haven't even gotten into choirs or anything. Oh my goodness. There's drum lab, emotional piano, motor strings. Devastator Warzone. I've actually upgraded that from you can get a free edition. I've used that for a long time, but I did get the paid version. So I'm looking forward to using that at some point. But there is another. No, that's piano colours. There's the organs. Haven't even gotten into organs. Horns. Yes, I forgot about horns. Studio drummer. That's right. Here's the other pianos. So there's the Gentleman, the Giant, the Grandeur, Maverick, Unicorda. I can't find. It starts with an N. It's not going to give it to me, is it? Anyway, there's another piano. There's so many. Yeah, Keep Forest was having a sale recently, but you can get the basic stuff. There's a lot of free stuff on Keep Forest, which is really, really cool for that cinematic, the Brahms and drops and that sort of thing. Isn't it? Noir, there it is. Why couldn't I find that before? That is a really nice piano. The felt one's nice too, but it's a lovely... I've got a preset saved, which I really love, which I did use for a track. This is a lovely, lovely piano. This is part of Complete. This does take a while to load. It's a massive file. As you can see it loading across the bar here. Which reminds me, when I get onto an instrument like this, it's like... I really need to get back to my piano lessons. I've been neglecting my piano lessons, which is not good. 10 minutes a day. It's all I need. And I can play chords that sound good. There we go, eventually. So yes, you can't go wrong with a bit of old piano. So let's leave the piano in there as noir piano, or just call it piano for now. But I do have a few pianos, and I do like pianos because, you know, pianos are cool. Let's make that a lovely purple, and we'll create a folder because I will eventually get several pianos in there. Because then you can choose, and they do have different tones and sounds. They really do. That's what I was going to show you, actually, if I can get it up. There should be... That's a save. Okay, user. So I did create one that I really like. Which is really cool. It just adds a little bit of something different to a bit of a piano tune. You can add a little bit of sparkle and sprinkles in a song. So they do have some presets that you can choose from, which is really cool, and different sounds. So it comes up with lots and lots of different sounds. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So there's piano. What else? What else do we need? 1 minute to go. What have I missed? What else do you need? Oh, voices, choirs. Oh, I haven't even gone there. Okay. Oh, yes, a great Steinway piano. Well, again, yes, they're only expensive when they're not on sale. If you can save up, if you can. I did get one of those, so yeah, I need to find all my pianos and see what I've got. But I've got things like, Atmos 3X, I've got Battery 4, I've got Creepy Piano 3, Discord, Darksecord, Haunted Guitar, all my horror stuff for Halloween and that sort of thing. Choirs, let's go for another contact them because there are choirs in here. One which is a couple that are brilliant. Oh, and I've also got vintage horns, which I haven't used. I want to use vintage horns. We might get some happy horns yet. Weirdo. But no. So, I mean, who doesn't like sax? Saxophone, that's right. Retro R&B sax. So let's get some happy horns in here. I haven't played these. These are challenging to play properly. They sound amazing. Now, I haven't got a fully sensitive sort of keyboard. It's half and half, so you really got to bash the keys to get this right. Because if you can hear that, it is quite sensitive in how it's played. So, maybe I've got to put some saxophone in there, at least. So I've been wanting to use that library for a long time. So I think it's time to, brush the cobwebs off. Let's put some happy horns in there, shall we? Let's give that a... What colour are we up to? I don't know. We're over here somewhere, so a lightish sort of pink for that folder. And we'll put the saxophone into there and we'll give that sort of colour, was it? Something like that. That'll do. So we've got piano, we've got orchestra, we've got guitars, we've got synths, we've got effects, we've got drums, add instrument track, and we're going to quickly get into choirs, and I want this. I want to use this again. I use this for Goodbye Brother, which was a QTube piece of film that I used. It's very Enigma, if you remember in the 80s. These are actual Gregorian monks, the last in the world that created these proper Gregorian chants. And I was so excited to get this library. So, who doesn't like some Gregorian chants? So there we go. We've got one choir in there. I will grab one more very, very quickly. I know we're running out of time, but that's all right. I do have some 8DIO choirs. Actually, I've got most of 8DIO's choirs. That's okay. I'll go the darker red, maybe. Which one am I going? That one. That'll do. There's also Vox that I've got. Voxos, but also I've also got Voices of War, Men of the North. I've wanted to use this for a long time. It sounds very Lord of the Rings-ish. And I think it would be really cool. Let's try this one, The Valley of Dragons Distant. Let's have a play. Let's see what happens. I don't know. It's a really cool interface, I must admit. Let's have a quick listen to this, because this should. Okay. It's got sounds of dragons. Not quite what I wanted. Sustains, nas, or chants. There we go. Let's try some chants. But Voxos is a really good library as well. I know, the interface is amazing. It's really cool. So this is similar to the other one. The sound quality is superb though. It's still loading. Oh. This is really cool. And the other one that is really cool is, that's Voices of War. This is Cine Sample stuff, which is really, really cool. Again, they do have the package sort of Voices of Voxos and Voices of War, Men of War, together a couple of times a year. And it's not too bad. Choir patches are expensive because they're so big, and when they're done well, they're done extremely well. There's a phrase builder, which is limited. It's not all consonants and vowels and things. Well, it's all vowels, but not all consonants. But there's a boys choir as well in here, solo soprano, solo boy, which is really, really nice as well. These sound good. I do like these. But I do also like, so that's Voxos. The other one that I do like is 8DIOs. It's taking a while, and before I'll add this and see how we go. 8DIO, where are you? 8DIO. Okay. Here we go. So yeah, I do have the Steinway piano there, and the Estonia piano, and the Passionate piano. I've got a lot of pianos. There's guitars and things I've got of 8DIOs as well, ensembles, brass, individual instruments, glass marimba. Not everyone has one of those. Here's the choirs. I've got Insolidus, which is a big one, Lacrimosa, Libere, Angelic Choir, which is a boys' choir, Majestica. But my favourite, Requiem, is another good choir there. Silka is my favourite. Silka is my favourite choir. Nope. Nope. Where is it? Where's it gone? Instruments, there we go. So main patches. There we go. 2 syllables, arcs, legato, intimate. That's what we want, that sort of thing. I find Silka is probably one of the virtual choir instruments that I found that sounds the most natural. It sounds like real voices. I've sung in choirs where the choir sounds too good, if that's a thing, where it is so together it is just one sound, which is what you really want within a choir. But this just sounds a little bit more intimate, as it says, legato intimate, where it's really very natural, and you can hear individual voices and vibrato and things coming through. And I think this has just crashed again. I was about to save it. It should have backed up. It'll be fine. I'm not going to touch this. It might catch up. It might just be because my external drive is having a bit of a hissy fit. Look, I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm not going to touch it anymore. It's been a bit of a challenge today with technology, but anyway, you get that. Look, thank you to Mark for joining me earlier. Thank you, Ashley, for hanging in there and coming back to the part 2 when I broke everything. It looks as though it's loading up. They are massive patches. 8DIO, I'm really happy with a lot of their instruments. They are really, really good. And some of their, like a lot of their choirs, usually, and I'm talking Australian dollars, so they're maybe US, I can't remember. It's something like $300 or $400 or something for their choirs. You get on their mailing list. They have sales when they're like down to $20 or $50 randomly. Just, you save hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And that's the only way that I have gotten so many libraries is I wait until there is a big sale and there is like 80, 90% off. And I save my money between, now and then, and that's when I get it. So I'm just going to quickly go over here because it has loaded up. And it does. So this is the instrument here, legato intimate. It's not a great interface. It's not like the Men of War interface. They've cut down a bit on their interface side of things, but they have made up for it in the quality of the sounds. And for the most part, when you're doing songs that the choir part is not the main part, you basically want oohs and ahs anyway. The number of concerts I've sung on stage where mostly I've sung oohs and ahs. Okay, so this isn't polyphonic, but you can change it and make it polyphonic and all that sort of thing. There's got lots and lots of patches. But yeah, Silka is really nice. So I think this is a good start for something. I think Sunday show. I'll create something with just free stuff and see if I can create something along these lines of what can you get for free, but still have everything that you'll need from drums, percussion, bass guitar, lead guitar, acoustic guitar, synthesizer, orchestral stuff, piano, saxophones and horns could be a little bit challenging, but I think you can get that as part of orchestral stuff for free. Choirs, you can get free ones. Excuse me. Oh, dear. So there's lots and lots of different options. So I hope you've enjoyed today's part 1 and part 2 stream because I broke the internet in the middle of it. I didn't break the internet. Maybe I'm a little bit broken. No, I'm kidding. So thank you for joining me, Mark. Thank you for rejoining me and joining me, Ashley. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for all of that. I'm glad you enjoy watching the shows and my chaos. It's only 7 more sleeps until Songtember. Wow, which means I've got less time to finish off my other tracks. So I'm going to sign off here. On that happy note, I will see you all next time. Until then, and a bit more, I have a lot of work to do on some other songs, which you won't hear, unfortunately, until it's released on the community albums. And then you'll have to have a look at saving your pennies for that to help raise money for kids with cancer. And look, if you can start saving a few pennies here and there, or dollars and cents, I am in Australia, but if you can save a little bit of money, put it towards that. Use some free virtual instruments in your Songtember songs and put your money where it's going to matter the most. There's a thought for the day. All right, thanks everyone. Take care and take a look at what plugins you've already got. You probably don't need any more. After looking at all mine today, I'm pretty sure I don't either. No more sales. Bad, Keeonra. Bad. I'm going. More music. Gotta do stuff with. Bye.